Men are simple, right? They like good food, fast cars, and a pretty face. Wrong, because behind that cool guy exterior is a walking paradox, a man secretly longing for a woman who triggers something deep, primal, and powerful inside him. And no, it's not just about looks. In fact, some of the women men obsess over don't even fit the typical mold. There are 5 kinds of women who live rent-free in a man's mind. The kind he thinks about during boring meetings, scrolls through Instagram hoping to see, and dreams about late at night but will never admit to anyone. By the time we get to number 5, you'll know why she becomes the one he never forgets. This isn't just a list of traits. These are powerful emotional blueprints, the types of women who bypass a man's logic and go straight to his instincts. You don't need to become someone else. But when you understand what makes a man truly crave a woman, you can amplify your natural traits and create real connection. So grab a drink, get cozy, because we're diving into the secret psychology of the women men desire the most. Number 1, the mystery woman. Let's start with the most underestimated one, the mystery woman. She's the human version of an unsolved riddle. You don't know where she's going, what she's thinking, or why she just laughed at that text and put her phone away. And that right there is her power. She doesn't overshare. She doesn't chase validation. She doesn't announce her every move with a 47-frame Instagram story. Instead, she leaves space. Space for curiosity, for imagination, and for pursuit. See, men are hardwired to chase. But what keeps a man chasing? Not availability, not predictability, but intrigue. The mystery woman lets a man work to discover her layers. She knows that when everything is handed over too soon, emotionally or physically, the magic fades. She's not distant, she's just selective. She shares pieces of herself like a slow drip espresso, rich, potent, and a little addictive. And the more a man tries to figure her out, the more he wants to keep playing the game. This taps into a dopamine loop in the male brain. Uncertainty equals chemical thrill. He thinks he wants comfort, but his brain lights up when he's unsure whether you'll say yes, smile back, or text him tomorrow. The mystery woman doesn't manipulate, she just understands that less is often more, and sometimes silence speaks louder than stories. Number 2, the woman who gets him. You've heard the phrase, "she just gets me." When a man says that, it's game over for every other woman in his inbox. Why? Because men, for all their bravado, are starving for understanding, not flattery, not ego strokes, but genuine emotional resonance. This woman, she listens, not just to his words, but to the stuff between the lines. She notices when his tone changes. She picks up on what he doesn't say. She doesn't mock his passion for random hobbies or his strange obsession with fantasy football. She leans in and says, "Tell me more." That moment right there is gold. Because most men grow up being told to man up, don't cry, and get over it. So when a woman enters his life and makes him feel seen, heard, and safe, she becomes unforgettable. The twist? She doesn't agree with everything. She doesn't baby him. She simply respects his perspective. And that makes him feel like more than just a provider or protector. It makes him feel like a human. When a man feels emotionally safe with a woman, he opens up a part of himself he never shows the world. And once he does that, once she has access to the real him, no other woman comes close. Number 3, the passionate woman. Picture a woman whose eyes light up when she talks about restoring vintage motorcycles, or baking the perfect croissant, or solving differential equations for fun. Yes, they exist. She's not performing. She's plugged into her own power grid. Every sentence crackles with enthusiasm. Every gesture says, "Life is delicious, have a bite." Men orbit that energy like moths around a porch light. Why? Passion is contagious. It signals 3 irresistibles all at once. 1, self-sufficiency. She doesn't rely on a man to entertain her. 2, purpose. She wakes up with a mission, not just a to-do list. 3, momentum. Humans chase motion. She's already moving. Studies on emotional contagion show that enthusiasm raises dopamine in observers almost as fast as caffeine. When he watches her geek out over whatever makes her glow, his brain labels her an upward spiral companion, someone who expands his world instead of shrinking it. But here's the kicker. She doesn't force her passions on him, she invites him in. Want to taste this insane croissant? And suddenly he's kneading dough at midnight, laughing, covered in flour, thinking, how did I get here and why is this awesome? The passionate woman isn't perfect, she's alive. And that aliveness is a neon sign flashing, adventure ahead. Trust me, few things hook a man's curiosity harder. Number 4, the soft power woman. If the passionate woman is fire, the soft power woman is water. Calm surface, hidden depths. She walks into a room and the air pressure drops. People breathe easier around her. She's the friend who brings soup when you're sick. The colleague who diffuses office drama with a single, let's find a win-win. But don't confuse softness with weakness. There's rebar under that velvet. She sets clear boundaries softly. She says no without raising her voice or your defenses. She forgives, yet never forgets the lesson. Soft power activates a man's provider-protector instinct without triggering his she's too needy alarm. He feels useful around her, never used. Think of her presence like those noise-canceling headphones on a screaming toddler, flecked instant serenity. But she doesn't demand attention, she commands it, gently. She'll listen to his rant about the boss, then ask, what outcome would feel fair to you? Suddenly, he's calmer, clearer, maybe even hatching a plan he thought he'd never dare. Soft power women master the art of receiving praise, help, affection, graciously. That simple thank you, I appreciate you, hits his ego like a medal of honor. He starts volunteering for knight in shining armor duty, and guess what? Armor looks heavy until the right queen makes it feel light. 5. The one who makes him feel like a king. And finally, the top spot, the woman every man secretly hopes to meet, even if his buddies would roast him for admitting it. She's not looking for a king, she's crowning one. Not with blind worship, with strategic admiration. 1. She spots the part of him that wants to be honorable and mirrors it back. You handle pressure like a pro. 2. She celebrates effort more than outcome. You stayed up late solving that problem. That's dedication. 3. She sets her own standards sky high, subtly challenging him to rise. Notice what's missing? Neediness. She can run her own empire, but she chooses to invest in his kingdom, and that choice carries weight. Validation from a respected peer triggers the vengeful striatum, the same reward loop lit by winning a championship. Imagine getting that high from the woman you love daily. Addictive? Understatement. But there's a plot twist. She'll withdraw that royal treatment if he abdicates his throne. Not punitively, just factually. You said you'd call the contractor. Did that happen? Accountability wrapped in velvet. He can either level up or step aside. When he does level up, she's the first to toast. Look at you, making moves. He feels 10 feet tall, and his next thought is, how do I keep this woman in my life forever? So which archetype resonates with you? Or better yet, which combo? Mystery, passion, soft power, royal uplift. Remember, you don't become these women, you uncover them. If today's insights flipped a light switch, smash that like so the algorithm knows we're onto something. Got questions? Drop them below. Let's dissect the psychology together. And of course, subscribe and hit the bell, because the next episode dives even deeper into cracking the male code, and you won't want to miss that crowning moment. See you in the next one.